Morning X Hotel Horror Stories. Keely, how are you?
All right. How are you guys?
Good. So you were a maid.
Yeah.
Everybody's
I cleaned the rooms.
And?
Oh, God. Well, I lived this when I was in South Dakota. And it was during the Sturgis rally. For Harley Sturgis rally.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a blow-up doll under the bed one time.
Under the bed.
Under the bed. That was one for the lost and found.
You ever walk in and find anybody doing it or anybody naked or anything?
I did walk in on someone naked one time.
You were a hotel.
It was pretty crazy.
So the blow up doll was under the bed. You said
under the bed, yes, under the bed. Like they had thrown it under there or something. Like somebody had walked in or something. I don't know. It was just strange.
Not to get too graphic, but could you tell if it had been used?
I would probably say yes.
Ew, I wouldn't even touch the thing.
I wasn't afraid. I was afraid too because I was just like, somebody else
They
might
put
do
their
this.
date under the bed.
I'll tell you what. I mean, a hotel maid. Yeah, really. You must see some wacky things as a hotel maid.
Oh,
When you walked in on the naked person, what were they doing in the room? Just walking around?
He had just gotten out of the shower, I guess, and didn't hear me knocking.
Because you guys knock and go in too quickly.
Well, no, actually, they told us we weren't supposed to just, we were supposed to give them at least, a few minutes to come to the door or announce themselves or anything like that. And a lot of the times they have special locks on the doors. And then, of course, they have the signs you can put on there, do not disturb and stuff.
Right.
And so if it said do not disturb, we weren't even supposed to knock on the door.
So what did he do when you walked in and he was naked?
He had just stepped out of the shower, and I was getting ready to bring some stuff in to work on the room, and he, opened the door, and I was like, ah! And he was like, ah! And I'm like, sorry! And I, ran out.
Did you ever go into a room and suspect criminal activity was taking place in there based on maybe what you saw?
Well, I would say that, considering I found some criminal stuff afterwards, yeah.
Or drugs? You found drugs?
Yeah. I found tons of that and found pipes and all that crazy stuff.
People left their pot behind?
Oh, yeah.
Take them over to Lost and Found.
Yep.
Ever find anything you just said, I think I'll just hang on to this?
Well, yeah.
Like what?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like?
Oh, well, there was it was kind of crazy because some people, they would leave somewhere from cameras, the glasses and stuff like that. And we would have to turn them in, but after a certain period of time, they would say, well, if nobody ever claimed them, if we turned them in, we could have them. So I have to say I was pretty honest about that. If they left cameras or glasses or, just any of those realm of things.
Reminds me of the urban legend about the two people who come back to their hotel room and the room's been ransacked and they don't know, nothing's been stolen.
Right.
The room's just been ransacked. I'm sure you've heard this story.
Yep.
And but since nothing's been stolen, they don't make a big deal out of it. And they continue the rest of their vacation. And then they get home a couple days later and they go to get their pictures developed from the vacation.
Yes,
and there are these two hotel maids who have taken pictures of each other with the toothbrushes from the bathroom shoved up their rectums.
Urban legend.
It's an urban legend. That's why.
No, I know somebody that happened to.
Great. Thanks, Keely.
The guy my uncle works with, he says it happened to his mom.
Okay,
Hey,
thank
Rob.
you.
Yes.
Hotel horror story. You got one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I was a room service waiter when I was 18 years old. I had been on the job a week. It was a Marriott hotel, very nice hotel. They taught us how to bring the breakfast in, set it up on the table.
Okay,
real
Rob,
nice thing.
I got to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you're going with this. However, let me just say, Marriott is sponsoring a very, very large promotion of ours right now. If this in any way is going to reflect poorly on Marriott, I would rather you not tell this story.
It does not. It's the guest.
Gee, Jimmy, when did you ever care about the clients?
Yeah, really, when did this start? Well, okay, so anyway, you're delivering something.
I knocked on the door, had the tray all set up. It was a breakfast for two, flowers on the tray, everything. Knocking the door. A gentleman answered the door. He's probably about 6'2", real big guy, wearing a white teddy.
That sounds like what happened.
Sounds like what happened to me in New Orleans.
He opened the door wide open and asked me to go ahead and put the food in there. I was just like, dude, this is where I draw the line.
You were shaking.
I handed him the tray and I was out of there.
Hey,
So.
can you imagine what it would have been like being one of those room service guys working that hotel down the street when that Southern Comfort Conference was in town a couple months ago of the
cross-dressers? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Thanks a lot. Got one last one from Mary. Mary, what horror story?
Well, I work for a resort in Georgia. It's in Carroll County. And I walked in about midday thinking the party had already left. and walked into a crime scene.
What kind of crime scene?
Well, I walked in the bathroom. Bathroom's the first place I go. And I jerked back the shower curtain, and there's blood everywhere, and I freaked out.
What?
Yeah.
A murder?
Blood. Yep. But I had no idea at that time, and I called my boss, and she said, well, they called me this morning and said that the woman that was staying there had slipped on a wine glass and got cut. I'm going, no way. There is no way all this blood could have come from a wine glass. So she said, well, just clean it up. So I started cleaning it up, and I piled everything outside. There was one sheet in the tub. It was just soaked with blood, and I piled it up out on the front stoop. And while I was in there cleaning the rest of the room, a gold Mercedes pulled up and took the bag. And I was like freaking, I'm going, oh my God.
Took the blood? Took what? The bloody bag?
Yep.
You mean the bag with the sheets and everything?
Yep. And there was like one wine glass missing. We have to do an inventory of everything that was in a room. This is a real nice resort.
Well, that's how OJ slid his finger. Cut on a wine glass,
there's a lot
remember?
of blood. And the coax was missing off of the TV. And about a couple of weeks later, the GBI showed up. And they asked me to go back over there to the room with them. And we had went back over to the room, and a couple of weeks before that certain party got there, they had requested that a piece of plywood be put in that room up under the bed because the man had a bad back. And when we went back over there, they started moving everything around, and they was just like tearing everything up. And when they moved the mattress off of the bed, he had cut her up on the plywood.
He had cut the person up on the plywood?
Yes.
How could you tell?
Well, there was cut marks all over it and rotten in flesh, and it was just really bad because the room, we had to keep the room so cool because there was an odor.
Are you kidding me?
Did they ever figure out who it was?
When the odor hit me, I went to the ground. It was like, oh my God, boom. Next thing I know, I'm outside with them, and they're not letting me go back in. So and they take me over and start showing me pictures of this woman. I said, yeah, I serviced them. I handed her the towels, the day before.
Was she young, old? What?
No, she turned out to be a prostitute from Atlanta.
Naturally.
And they had strangled her with a coax cable and had her head in one of the pillowcases tied up with a coax cable. They didn't show me the whole crime scene where they had dumped the body, but they started showing me pictures of this man. I said, yeah, he was with her. And he was sitting with one of our mayors, one of our former mayors at a dinner party. And it just freaked me out. And they started talking about, oh, yes, we're gonna put you in hiding, and we're going to give you a different identity and everything, and we need you to testify to this and that. And I'm going, oh, my God. I was like 18 years old. I was just freaking out.
Well, they were going to put you in the witness protection program just over the murder of a hooker?
Sure were, because this man, he was embezzling a lot of money, and he was an underground lord somewhere in Louisiana and all this crap.
Okay, so it wasn't just like he just wasn't a street pimp.
No.
Normally they only
I had seen a lot of people in and out of there, and they give me a list of all these people, and showed me pictures. Yeah, he was here, and they were starting to freak out on me. And about 2 weeks before the thing came to trial, he got murdered.
Wow.
It's the underworld.
That's a phenomenal
Thank you,
story. Do we have time to take this last one?
Yeah, Atul?
Atul.
Yes, this is Atul from Bangladesh.
Hey, Atul.
Okay, Atul.
Well, what is happening, you see, one time last year, this man come to my front desk, and my front desk girl tell me that he say somebody is running in the ceiling in the hotel. Now, where I come from, we not believe of those kind of stuff. So the man decide he go up to the ceiling and see what's going on. So I live right next door with my family. That's how we do from Bangladesh. So this man come run to the ceiling and he fall right down in the bed. Right down with my family. My kid is running around. It's a crazy situation. So he's thinking something is running in the ceiling.
Yeah. Hey, Atul, what do you do here in the United States?
Well, my family, we come over here. We, we start working hard. We open hotel.
Hang on just a second, Atul. Can we have a conference with Matt, the call screener, please?
Matt.
Could you please come in here and turn on the mic?
Atul, the Bangladeshi
Matt
hotel
is the intern who screens the telephone calls here on the Morning X.
We're going to have a show meeting here.
Matt?
Matt, how are you?
Matt
I bought into it. I'm sorry. I bought into it.
Now, where do you go to school again?
Georgia State.
Matt, you are green, my friend.
I mean, did that?
You can't rush. You can go line one. Line one. Good.
Take line one. You gotta take line one.
Bangladesh.
I was rolling through so many calls. It just
Okay,
kind of funny.
Matt.
All right.
All right.
God.
All right, that was the first one I let slip through today.
A tool.
We're cutting your salary in half just for that.
Okay.
That's it. No more horror
Thank you,
stories.
Fram.
Show's
Thank
over.
you, Atul.
I got you guys pretty good, didn't I?
You got Matt pretty good.
Roz, what exactly does call screening mean?
It means I get to put on the air the calls I want to hear.
The best of the Morning X on 99X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
The original 99X.